Join me in the kitchen as I make my bean burgers today. Alright, so first things first, we're going to grab our kidney beans, open them up, strain them, and rinse them in the sink. After you drain and rinse your beans in a bowl, mash them until mostly smooth, but with some texture left. Now I'm going to sprinkle some, not all, of my breadcrumbs on top of the beans, and then I'm going to let that sit as I begin cutting and prepping my cilantro and my onions, because we're going to put that all on top of the beans too. We're also going to be adding basil to the mix. You can smell the cilantro. It smells so fresh. Slightly minty. And we're just removing the stems from the basil before we add it to the mix. These are a little easier to cut. I'm noticing that. Cilantro's, the leaves are a little thinner, so gotta really get in there. Nice and fresh. Next, we're going to add our minced garlic. Is it mince or mince? Then after that, about a teaspoon of chili powder as its base. 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric for that warmth and depth. 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper if you want a little kick. A dash of adobo or Cajun seasoning for that extra savory goodness. Next, we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of cumin for a nice little kick. Salt and pepper for taste. Okay, and we're going to drizzle the seasoning on top of the beans and put the rest of the breadcrumbs into the bowl as well, with a dash of lime juice for taste. We're going to mix all that all up, and when we're finished mixing, we're going to put it into the fridge overnight for flavor development. The spices, herbs, and aromatics will blend better, making the burgers taste richer and more cohesive, as well as making it easier to handle since the mixture will firm up in the fridge. If you have ground flax seeds or chia seeds, mix 1 tablespoon with 3 tablespoons of water. Let it sit for 5 minutes to thicken and add the mix. This adds as a great vegan binder. If you don't have it, that's okay. This step is optional. This will provide better texture as the breadcrumbs will absorb moisture evenly, preventing dryness and helping the burgers hold together better. That is so pretty. Look at that. Look at that, honey. That is so pretty. It smells delicious. Delicious. I smell the seasoning, the cilantro, that adobo seasoning. Very nice. Very nice. It's moist. It is moist, but I do want to have more of a, I don't know if I want to use the word liquidy, but more of a moist texture so that when we go to mold them, yeah, the bottom feels fine. The bottom feels nice and juicy, sticky. Definitely has a natural paste, so we don't have to worry about it breaking as it's cooking. That's what we don't want. We don't want it to break. I am gonna add just a little bit of oil on top, not nothing too crazy, so that we can still have that stickiness and we know that it's not going to break as it's cooking. Happy memories of being able to cook. I'm not gonna say from scratch. I know some cooks who literally cook from scratch, darling. I'm not one of those girls. Maybe one day I'll find a recipe that I will be determined to cook from scratch. But this is my comfort area right here. I'm confident in this part of the cooking process, and I don't really need to go that much deeper. You know what I mean? So I'm just, you know, breaking it up a little bit, warming it up. Not really breaking it up. I'm warming it up at, I don't want to say room temperature, but just knocking some of that chill off the house, as my grandma used to say when I was a kid, when she would get us ready for school. I'm gonna knock the chill off the house. That's what I'm doing. I should have did this first. My hands look so messy, y'all. Just bear with me. All right, so we're gonna pour it in. That looks cool. Very thick. I like how the flax seeds expanded. It looks cool. You don't have to do this step if you don't have flax seeds. That's okay. I'm doing it because I want that extra oomph. I want it to have a little extra crunch to it. Be nice and crunchy. My little veggie burgers are just going all over the place, aren't they? Okay. Yeah, and then it also helps the temperature of the veggie burger mix to kind of warm up a little bit with the flax seeds, because we use room temperature water and the flax seeds were in the pantry. So they were already semi-warm and it feels a lot more warm. It's not so cold from being inside the fridge. Mixing and mingling and mingling and mixing, having a little fun, bringing it back to our Play-Doh days when we were kids, playing with stuff and getting in everything. Okay, I loved Play-Doh growing up. I wasn't a Lego girl. I thought Legos were like for boys. I was so bored with it, watching the boys play, building stuff. I'm like, okay, you're too young to be a contractor. What is going on here? So now I'm gonna start shaping them. I'm gonna push this over to the side and I'm going to grab one. And this is about a good size for me. I feel this is great. You know, it's not too big. And I can flatten it. So, and I need to flatten it. You see how thick that is? That's very, very thick. So I don't want it too thick because I want it to cook inside as well. So I'm just going to mold it. I feel like I'm playing with my food, but we're not. We gotta mold it. It takes time to have that perfect shape, you know? Yes, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. I'm very proud of this. I love this. You see that? Very beautiful. Very pretty. I love the color. Like, yes, food is to eat, but we want our food to look attractive too now. This isn't the Matrix. We don't need to be eating bowls of oatmeal just for our body nourishment. We want our food to look appealing. Look at that. Beautiful. You see the onions peeking out? We see the beans. Hello. I mean, hello. Like, I can make 4 out of this, which is a huge flex. 1 can of beans making 4 burgers. That's amazing. Some for now, some for later. If you want to invite friends over, take some to work, have some for dinner. Okay. thick enough to enjoy, but not too fat to not get cooked all the way through. You know what I mean? I'm so proud of these. So pretty. I love this like orange color, because this is telling my brain that yes, honey, this is seasoned, darling. Okay, it's not just beans. Don't play with it. We got a little this going on, a little that. She is her. Okay. I can't get over it. The color is just to die for. For the best texture, crispy on the outside, moist on the inside, I recommend cooking your bean burgers on medium heat, around 4 and 5 on your stove dial. And we're gonna check to see if it's warm. I think it's ready. Ooh. Look at that. I'm so proud. She don't want to let go. Jack, I won't let go. You're gonna have to let go. Okay. I'm going to poke holes in it because I want it to cook all the way through. Nothing too crazy. Too low, the patties will take too long to cook, making them dry and crumbly. Too high, the outside will burn before the insides firms up. Next, I'm going to toast my buns in the oven. This will give them a light crisp on the outside while keeping them soft on the inside. Preheat the oven to about 350. If you want a little extra crispiness, switch to broil for 30 seconds, but watch closely to avoid burning. You can butter and oil on the inside if you like. I hope you all enjoyed this as much as I did. Thanks for hanging out and cooking with me. Now it's time to dig in. See you next time.